Hey everybody, welcome to Easy Tarot Lessons. I'm Squirrel and I'm here with Mandy and Sally
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
and Temperance. Ooh. Who wants
Lovely.
to start us off? This one has a
I,
lot going on here.
Sure does.
I,
Mandy, why don't
I
you go?
yeah. This is another one of those happy cards for me. If this card comes up in the upright, you know, I start off by feeling good about it. To be honest, I think it's what we all want, isn't it, for our
Hmm.
lives? Like all the different components of our lives, just to kind of like harmoniously blend with each other and push us along and send us on our way. I just
Hmm.
think it's great, and it's symbolically. The angels got the foot on the ground, the other foot in the water, the wings of the air. All of the
Hmm.
elements are there. I'm not sure about fire. Is there fire?
Yes, yeah, fire is on his head, the sun symbol, and on
Oh,
his
yeah, okay,
chest.
right. Yeah, I was
Hmm.
Yeah.
saying it and I was thinking, is it? Yeah, fair enough. So it's all there. And I love the fact that the path is there with the kind of, you know, the treasure or whatever at the end of the path. It's all heading off in a positive direction. I mean, what more could you want, really? And what I feel about temperance is, as opposed to justice, which is to me balance and fairness and everything kind of like adding up, I feel this is more than balance. This is actually blending. This is
Hmm.
things kind of like coming together and growing and abundance and, kind of like turning into something else. I just feel, when you put two things together, maybe you just get more of the same thing, but also you can get two different things blending together that just work well together. And I think that's wonderful. I
Nice.
mean,
Hmm.
this to me is the perfect relationship, temperance. But doesn't it actually mean giving up alcohol? Is that not the word for becoming
Oh,
so?
the word temperance. Yes, yes, it does have that meaning. We had the
Yeah,
whole temperance movement here in the United States in the the early 1900s.
like
Uh,
finding sobriety.
hmm.
I just feel okay. Maybe that is what it will mean in a reading, but I think it means a lot of other things as well as that to me.
To me,
Hmm.
it's more like it's and as far as giving up alcohol, I know that's one of the definitions for temperance, but for me it's more like all things in moderation,
Hmm.
you know?
That's lovely. Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two cups blending, to me, it's like the perfect recipe. It's pulling all the ingredients together that makes something entirely new. It's like when you have a cup of water and you mix it with another cup of water,
Yes.
you can never distinguish what came from which cup. So yeah, we had this one come up in group really recently because it was someone's problem card, and we started going around the group saying, okay, what can this card mean to you? And we had all kinds of different things, a lot what you said, as far as harmony, balance, which for me also comes a lot from the justice card, but it's in this as well.
Yeah.
It's all things coming together to form that which you need. And then of course you have, I like how you had you said the path leading to the treasure, and of course my brain was going to movies, the treasure of the Sierra Madres. It's like, because I look at that hanging in the sky, it kind of looks like a UFO too. So I would put this as Close Encounters of the Third
Oh yeah.
just wild little things like that. But yeah, everything you said.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's quite there's something kind of strange about it, don't you think? Considering all of the things it represents,
Hmm.
it's a strange sort of image in a sense. I find, but I still find it sort of like powerful but gentle at the same time. And I
Hmm.
remember, but doesn't that orange triangle mean something?
That's the fire
Fire,
sign. Yeah,
alchemy.
alchemy.
Oh, the orange triangle is fire in alchemy. Okay, okay. I knew it meant something, but I couldn't remember what. Okay.
And this is silly, but because of the alchemical things going on with the mixing and the alchemy for fire and then the sun sign on his forehead, a lot of times I see this as a chemistry experiment.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well,
And
it could actually be um, a,
sure,
a pharmacy, couldn't it? You know.
Oh
that little
yeah.
symbol on his forehead also reminds me of those things doctors used to wear in a
Yeah.
long time ago when they were
Yeah.
examining patients, etc.
Yeah.
And he does look like he's being very careful there. You know, with all the water in this card, it would seem to be very emotional. But if you look at him, he doesn't scream emotional. He seems clinical to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Ah, he's just got a couple toes in the water.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it might even be that it's those toes in the water are the only thing that are relevant to your reading.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes people say, you know, I just want to test the water. You know,
Right.
that's what all that it might mean in the
Hmm.
reading. You know, for a situation, why don't you just test the water and see what you think?
Hmm.
And Sally, wasn't it this card you were doing a reading for me once? And the card you got, you were laughing. You were like, Sharon, you have one foot in this world and
Yes.
one foot in the other, and you've
Yes.
got to come to terms with both of them.
Yes. I remember that reading.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure it was Temperance.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Gosh, I'm just having a look, see if there's anything else.
Yeah, most people go straight for balance with him because that's like the
Hmm.
key word. But he's so much more. He is the harmony, the alchemy, the all things in moderation, you
Hmm.
Yeah,
know? So, and which is it? They're different words for balance in a different sense. But you two were talking about the justice, and I think justice, she's more societal, and temperance is more personal.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I could see how you see it that way. Sure. I absolutely can. It makes perfect sense.
and I also think, you know, if you were doing, say, a relationship reading, you may just kind of like feel, depending on where in the spread it comes up, you may feel that this relationship all depends on the chemistry.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And at other times, a great deal of compromise on both sides.
Hmm.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. What about reversed?
All of what you said. In another in another direction. Yeah, it would be like everything is out of whack. You're trying to come up with the right mix, but you can't quite
Yeah,
find it. You know, you're still searching for that perfect solution.
yeah,
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, just nothing is coming together at all.
yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
that chemistry experiment or you're going to blow up the school.
Right.
Yeah. Or this just isn't leading anywhere. You know, it's just not. It's just not going anywhere. No matter how sort of perfect you might think this blend is, it's just kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Or you need to keep working at it. You know, it might not be complete doom and gloom, but it's it's still a work in progress. Like, you know, you haven't got there yet. You haven't quite found it yet.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
you're missing an element or something you're just
Yes,
not
yes,
finding.
yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I see this. I know we've got other cards that reflect this, and we're about to do one of those too. But this could be an overindulgence or a really firm reminder that all things need to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, if you had this card reversed, the next one we're going to talk about reversed, and maybe the nine of cups reversed, you just like put
It's
it
like
down,
Yeah.
step away from the bottle.
right?
That's wow. I mean, there's so much going on in there, and a lot of esoteric going on in there that we
Mm.
don't usually discuss in the school, but it's there.
Mhm.
It's there. I know. I loved how Dusty explained the whole PME triangle,
Mhm. Mhm.
the physical, mental,
Physical,
and
mental, emotional.
emotional,
Yeah.
and this particular card represents how they all come together and
Mhm.
balance and turn into spirit.
Mhm.
And that
Yeah.
was like a very shallow explanation of it.
See longer podcast.
Yes.
You know something? I am bad because I do manage to completely ignore angels. When the cards come up that have angels in them, I just I'm not saying I haven't got anything to say about the cards. Like, I've got plenty to say about the cards, but the angel aspect of it, I just bypass. I don't know why. I just do. Maybe it's because I know I don't know anything about angels.
Well, a good point though, because I bet you money, I know for a fact that when you get those cards, you still have something relevant to say to them that applies to the reading, to the client.
Oh
So
yeah,
the universe is not going to answer you in a way with information you don't have.
Right.
yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, if you want to know about the angels, that's great. Learn about them. But if you don't know about the angels, you can't, not you, but the listeners, you don't let that stop you. The universe will find a way to communicate with you, with what
yeah.
you know.
Absolutely. And I
Right.
do think that personally, I read tarot on a kind of a real life.
Something you can see, touch, and feel.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
works for me.
Mhm.
So that's probably why I just instinctively don't worry about the fact that the character happens to have a great big set of wings. I mean, I find it kind of sweet and nice, the concept of an angel, if I think about it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it's nice to have an angel on the top of your Christmas tree, and
Sure.
yeah, it is kind of like nice. They're a nice image. They're a
Yeah.
nice thought, I think. So
Sally.
Well, here I am thinking that what speaks to us when we're reading tarot, intuition, our guides, and whoever we speak to, I think some people may be guided by these angels. So I don't
oh, I
I
would agree. Yes.
Oh,
and
yeah. And then
and
someone like me, angels scare the shit out of me.
right. So
Yeah.
I don't think wherever you're getting, your information, your intuition, the gods speaking through you aren't going to send you angel imagery unless they want to scare the shit out of you, in which case they will. Because that's what you understand, but I might not see it the same way as you see it because you are reading your cards with your intuition. I'm reading my cards with my intuition, and we may see the exact same image and come to completely different conclusions.
Right, because we
Probably
have
not completely different because we've studied together, but um,
I also feel I put them in the same category in my head as God being a man with a long white beard.
mhm,
Do you know what I mean? And it's
mhm,
like, I'm not saying angels don't exist or God doesn't exist, but I just feel that that physical image
mhm,
is just a convenient image that has been created to represent this energy that would
mhm,
be God or would be an angel.
mhm,
I feel if I was to meet an angel, I doubt very much they would look like this. That's just my personal perception.
mhm.
I doubt the human mind could even interpret.
What an angel would.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you meet angels in real life. I just feel you meet people that are just so good. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
They are just. like, the only word you could use to describe them is you are an absolute angel.
Mm-hmm.
What you've done, they're kind, they're beyond normal kindness and lovingness and selflessness.
Mm-hmm.
They could come in any shape or form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So perhaps that's why I ignore it. Perhaps I'm just going for the quality of it rather than, the heavenliness of it, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent on this,
I
on
But
this
love
episode.
that though. I mean, that's critical thinking. And it's going to mean something. The angels themselves are going to mean something to different people. And please let me
mm,
Yeah,
reiterate or iterate that I'm not afraid of angels because, like I'm a Satanist or anything. It's just we can't understand them. We can't give them human nature. They're alien, they're other. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just that I don't know what the heck they are. I just want to stay away from them type of thing. They- 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 so I just stay away from them. But when I look at Temperance, that card, even though it's an angel, that card doesn't scare the shit out of me. It gives me a
mm-hmm.
lot of peace.
Mm-hmm.
This is a peaceful card.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I think so. And
I'm
I think it can be a very earthly card. I think it can really apply in real life what that card is saying.
mm-hmm.
You don't have to be wholly religious or, out of this world to feel what that card is saying.
And there are a great many ways of looking at it where we can give earthly information to somebody that we're reading for, so something they can do to
Mm-hmm.
better their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely.
So, does anybody else have anything to say about temperance? We could go on,
And
but
and we have. I'm waiting for the day when the flowers in the background mean something to me. I always notice them. I always see them.
well,
They have never said anything in particular to me during a reading.
those are
I agree.
irises,
Yeah, they're irises.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
other than the fact that they are there and they're growing, so there's abundance there, isn't there?
Yeah.
there
But,
is, and
but they don't jump out ever,
Mm.
really.
and
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go off on a totally different tangent. We may have to edit this out. But the Golden Dawn deck, the original Golden Dawn deck, Iris is the goddess of rainbows.
Oh,
And in the Golden Dawn deck, it's got the irises and the rainbows. One of the temperance, there are two temperance cards in the Golden Dawn deck.
Mm-hmm.
And so the irises represent the rainbow and the hope, the promise.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
So they may just be saying that there's promise here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So y'all let me know if I need to edit that out because that was kind of esoteric. So, but that's what I see them as. Somebody else might.
Mm-hmm.
That's even with the esoterica. It's like there's so much disagreement about what's what because we have so many mythos that we rely on or look at, and there's as many different mythos as there are belief systems, and it's gonna go with your belief system. You cannot read something you do not believe.
Yes.
Or that
Yeah.
you don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I didn't know anything about the irises or they just, if they meant growth and abundance, that's how the universe would give them
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The universe is way smarter than any of us.
Mm-hmm.
Much better
What I love about
communicator.
this card is, though, I feel this card to me is almost the perfect happy ending because it isn't an ending. It's kind of like, well, you're going to achieve what you were wanting, but there's going to be more, and that is going to lead to even more. So, like sometimes it's something so final, like that is the end. Even if it's a great ending, it's like, well, now what? Nothing. You know, this goes on, and that's what I
Hmm.
love about it.
I think we can end it here. Know that we have just scratched the surface with this card.
Yeah,
This could be a 3-day podcast or a 3-year podcast. We're not going to do that to you. We're just letting you know what we see in the immediacy. And
yeah.
feel free to share. We'd love to hear from you. Mandy, Sally, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you. I love this. Every time we do this, this is awesome.
Yes.
All right, bye bye now.
Bye.
Bye.